Hello and welcome to yet another Combos and Chill Dirty Talk session, episode 38.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. Again, welcome guys. I'm your host Dirty, and this is my co-host and my wife. She's a Phoenix.
Hi guys, what's up?
So, Burn Division Music is in the house. What's up, man?
Hi,
Thank you very much
Burn
for
Division
joining us.
Music.
And we
What's
want to give
up?
a quick shout out to our new followers, which
I
is
know.
Techressive.
Yes.
Thank you very much
Techressive.
for the follow and welcome.
Love
to
the
our,
username, by the way.
Yeah, and welcome to our Twitch family abroad. And stay up to date with our news. Follow us at Combos and Chill on IG and Facebook as well, so you can stay up to date. And today's guest, episode 38.
Whenever you mention the episodes, I'm like, damn. Like,
Yeah.
there was a time when we were on one,
Yeah.
you know? Like, I'm just mesmerized at how quickly we're just
Yep.
rolling these out now.
Exactly, it's gonna be like 1,000 or something soon. Hopefully.
Well, yeah, I mean, if these guys stick with us, you know?
Yeah, they
Bear
will.
with us,
They will.
basically.
So today's guest, he has been on the show, but I didn't publish that episode because that episode was in full-on Persian. But it's on YouTube. I can put the link if it's necessary. If not, but his name is Emin Aghajanian. He's an Armenian-Iranian, 26-year-old bassist who resides in Iran, and he's a crazy dude. He looks like a
Yeah.
bear.
More like a Viking, you know, like a Viking, or just like you know, like
You know
like
what?
okay. Wait,
Just let's get him on the show.
What? I have to say this sentence because I said it to you yesterday and you laughed.
Emin, welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the
Hi,
session.
how are
guys.
you?
How's
Thanks.
things?
How are
How's
you
things?
guys?
We're all good, man.
good.
We're all good. So yeah, we were talking
up?
about you. I said you look like a cute bear. So
Yeah, and then I told him because I saw the pictures and I told him, dude, you know what? He looks like an Iranian corpse grinder.
corpse grinder.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It is a
Yeah,
compliment.
it is, and like, you know, like just mean looking, like, you know, and yeah, just like I don't know why. I just thought that he's gonna make some badass Viking music.
So Emin, man, welcome to our Combos and Chill Dirty Talk sessions, and we're so happy to have you on board
I
again.
know,
And you know,
excited.
this time we can sit down and dig through your journey and what you've done. So we gave a tiny introduction about you in the beginning of the show. You were hearing. So
Yeah.
why don't you go ahead and give the introduction in your own words for the viewers?
Okay, first of all, thanks for having me, guys. I was really excited for today's show, and
Such a last
it's
minute
good to be
thing.
here. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I know. I'm so glad that this was planned out.
exactly. Yeah.
yeah. So I basically started this journey when I was about 18 years old. I gave the SAT version, the Persian version of the SAT exams, the concours. And 3 days later, I got my first bass and started just playing, covering stuff I liked, and so on. And I got asked real quick to do a live show. You know?
Right.
An Armenian community center really needed a bassist for a program, and I'd never even played with other people before. So first time playing with other people, and 10 days before the show.
Oh. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that was insane.
That's
Like,
such less time to,
Yep.
you know, get affiliated into a band and like perform live.
That
Was a solo performance or like a band performance?
a band performance,
That's what-
doing Armenian songs, yeah. I had never played with anyone before, and I
Right.
had to do that show. And it was actually the biggest show I've ever been on, the first show. Yeah. So I played that show, and I really fell in love with playing with a band instead of just practicing at home. So for years, I really wanted to find bands to play in and play with different kinds of bands. Like I played with heavy metal bands, thrash metal bands, melodic death metal bands, symphonic metal bands.
Wow.
Wow.
But yeah, Mostly playing in Armenian community centers, which didn't have much restrictions
Yep.
like Iranian
Right.
venues.
Mm.
Yeah, I played those shows, and two of those bands were a bit. One band was really important, and it was called Avaray. It was the only band that actually made original music in the scene.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. They mixed Armenian folk songs with black metal,
What?
What a
atmospheric black metal.
combination!
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That would be something interesting to listen to.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I mean, like
Just
a
to
dark
see.
thing with a traditional thing, like, you know.
But you need to first listen to the Armenian folk music.
Yeah,
so you
to
can
know
get a, because we
exactly.
know what is black metal.
Yeah. And then listen to the child of these two
Yeah.
genres. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. I mean, just hold to your thought. But I just want to explain something because in Iran, it's not like having gigs and shit is a big no-no.
Yeah.
So what he meant is like in much more confidential areas, as in like the Armenian
Yeah.
community and stuff like this. They're like, I mean, they kind of have other privileges because of their religion and
Yeah.
so. That's why it was way more open for him to perform. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, it was more comfortable for him
You're
to.
perfectly right.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah. So carry on. You were saying so the Armenian black metal band. Nice.
So, yeah, the Armenian black metal band, and we even did 3 or 4 gigs in Armenia. Like
Nice.
we went there with the bus, and it takes like 24 hours or more to get there.
Holy.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Damn.
That's-
shows there, and the last one was a festival called Metal Attack. It had a ton of international bands as well, like bands from Germany, Russia, even Canada, and Georgia, and of course Armenia.
That's awesome.
That's
Oh.
nice.
Do you guys know Psychonaut 4? The most famous band from Georgia. Like,
Oh no.
You're asking.
Psychonaut.
Like you're asking.
I will
me-
definitely check them out.
For me, my music library.
What
sucks.
genre are they?
depressive black metal.
Okay, completely out of.
I
my-
will enjoy that. I will enjoy that. Because lately I've been trying to branch out into other things other than,
Black
deathcore, metalcore. Depressive black metal? Yeah, Amenra is depressive. I love Amenra.
Why would you want to listen to depressive black metal?
Because, dude, they come with. Let him finish, then I will explain.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, those guys were the headliners. So the biggest band was that. And after Avaray, I kind of went on a break band-wise. The guys had to move to Armenia, and some issues came up, so they went to
Right.
Armenia. After that, I got asked to join Caliber, a metalcore band in Iran. Yeah. That one was the first band that wasn't Armenian that I joined.
Right.
Yeah. And they had already done some gigs in Iran, which is pretty amazing if you ask me. There was a time where bands could do that, and they kind of sold out, I think, 3 or 4 shows in Iran, in Borj Azadi.
Wow.
So they released an album called The Storm Inside, and it even got picked up by a Swedish label.
Oh.
And I played with them for a year or so, released a single, and I moved on from that as well.
Right.
So, I'm in between bands right now, so to say.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's around the time that me and you met. By the way,
Yeah.
I showed the band that you were
We
in
were
back in the
dating,
days, like
yeah.
Calibre to her.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was around that time.
It would. I love, dude. Anything that's like heavy-ish, I love it.
And
So-
I think that band had like it was metalcore-ish, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, melodic metalcore.
Yeah. That's why my ears were like, okay, I like this.
Yeah.
It was not your Limp Bizkit shit.
By the way, I mean, welcome to this session. She always does
I have
this
to take
me.
a shot, Limp Bizkit and mumble rap will be, just insulted. So
I just want to give a shout out to our good friend.
Everybody
here.
knows.
You Know Me is in the house. He's saying, who's back today?
Hi,
We
guys.
are so stoked to have you here.
Welcome to the stream.
Oh, man, thank you very much. By the way, I mean, You Know Me is one of our great friends from the Twitch community. He found us through Twitch browser. Like, he just, just
randomly passing through, yeah.
So
That's perfect.
Yeah, man. You Know Me, thank you very. By the way, his username is You Know Me.
Yeah, okay.
you know him.
By the way, that episode that you were
I
talking
know him
about, that episode that you were talking about, that is in like Persian,
Yeah.
and we were looking at ways like trying to do the translation
the
and stuff.
translation,
Like I remember this was at the beginning at stages of when we were dating, and I was like trying to help him out and
Dating, helping out in the middle of the families, getting our paperwork done, getting married, finding a place.
medicals. Oh God, it was such a crunch time.
Dude, like a good 2 months and 2.5 months.
Yeah,
We were just back to back, like just busy, don't know what to do.
exactly. No
But
time to
man,
breathe.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, you started. Okay, you said you started by when you were 18, you joined a band and you were playing the traditional Armenian music, and you've been participating in those gatherings. Other than that, I just wanted to find out, when was that first time that you was like, you know what, I want to become a bassist? When was that time?
That was basically about 6 months before I picked up the instrument. So I was at one of those Armenian community centers for not a concert, just a gathering. And I knew a guy who played the drums, and he knew I was a metalhead and asked me if I wanted to start any instruments or stuff like that. And I went with the basic choice first and said, well, I'd like to play the guitar. And he told me, look, you can play the guitar, but there are a lot of openings for bass.
Yep.
So, yeah, there's basically 10 times less bassists than there are guitarists.
Yeah, a lot.
Even more, yeah, something like that. So I kept thinking and paid attention to the bass, and I fell in love with it, And people told me that I can't play bass on my own, and it's a band instrument, and they're right, but I could join other people, so that's not an issue.
So, was it like, if you had the choice again, would you pick up the bass, or you're just gonna stick around? Would you pick up the bass, or you're gonna go ahead and choose another instrument?
If I could go back, I'd probably pick up the bass, but maybe get a guitar as well. And instrument prices weren't so high.
Right.
Yeah. It's basically how, when I got my bass, it was like the dollar was 4,000 2 months, and now it's 28,000. So
wow,
it's gotten 7 times more expensive.
That is insane.
Yeah. I mean, we need a separate session to explain how inflation is in Iran.
Wow. That's crazy.
Dude, it's beyond crazy.
Oh my God. Damn. So, all throughout your journey, because you've explored in all these different kinds of genres of metal, which one was the genre that you felt most at home with? Like, you were like, you know what, this is my comfort zone?
That always changes.
Really?
Like, my music taste is a bit on the progressive side, not progressive metal.
Okay.
It just, I started out with classic hard rock and stuff, AC/DC, that kind of stuff. Some punk rock as well, Minor Threat, if you know those guys, and just moved on. I listened to a lot of Ozzy and Rage Against the Machine.
Represent.
Wow.
And yeah, one of the first bands I really liked was Rage Against the Machine.
Yep.
Wow.
Motorhead, yeah, Moving on, I started to get into melodic death metal. I have a friend called Eric who introduced me to a lot of melodic death metal bands, and we kind of bonded with that, with that genre.
Right.
So for the longest time, I really loved melodic death metal up until I heard Carnifex.
There's a band you're connecting with her now.
Yeah, yo.
Yeah.
Fuck
That
yeah.
kind of
I love that
everything.
band.
Yeah, that caused me to go down the deathcore rabbit hole. Deathcore
Rabbit hole.
Yeah.
That's the best way to describe it, because once you enter that genre, class, your soul, your devil owns your soul. Like you're gone.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, I've reached to that point that it's music. So music
shut up.
What the fuck?
He's like, he says, I don't consider myself as metalhead, and then he's a vocalist himself.
Yeah, I'm a musician. I don't give a shit anymore, dude. I was so elite, like for me, anything under melodic death metal was pop. So
Okay.
take it that way.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, so
Yeah.
So you got into what is it?
Carnifex.
Carnifex.
Yeah.
Carnifex.
So after that, deathcore train wreck happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there an evolution after that
Now
phase, or is it like still stuck there?
Like I still, I guess, deathcore is the main genre I listen to, but
Noise.
I listen to a ton of stuff. Like there's a band called Earthside. It has practically nothing to do with my other musical tastes.
Okay.
They call it cinematic rock,
Wow.
with metal influences.
Okay.
It's like rock music with a ton of soundtrack influences, and on the progressive side.
That would be
Okay.
awesome.
I mean, since I listen to movie scores a lot, like I would be interested in this genre,
Yeah.
like cinema rock plus metal. Damn. Cinematic rock. Sorry. So before we proceed, I just wanted to read the comment from Lilith Suleimani.
That's my GF.
He's saying that this man is
She's saying.
sorry, she. I don't
You
want
just sexist immediately.
No. We don't assume here on the stream, okay? We are very. I don't know. See, dude, I'm not aware of these names. I'm sorry. I assumed your gender, by the way. I apologize. So she's saying that this man is the best bassist in Iran, and Techresif is saying this guy is awesome, and also we have Bundlehead, everyone coming back online. There is also Lucius Oves. Yeah.
Oves. Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you
Welcome,
very much, guys,
everybody.
for joining us for this session. And
Thanks, guys.
And I just want to give a shout out to Bundlehead. Bundlehead is the reason behind all this overlaid, all these overlaid designs of the Twitch and like the dirty logo and all these, the video frames and everything.
Yeah.
Kudos to Bundlehead, and
he's helped
give
me
him a
also
shout
with
out,
a lot
man.
of stuff. He's helped us with the merch as well.
Exactly, and that's a good
Speaking
one.
of merch.
Yeah, I gonna be putting the merch store. You guys go ahead and just check it out. I mean, just take a round and
Just
see
let
what
us
you guys
know how you like it.
Yep.
What do you want? Also, there is a lot of art on my Instagram page. If you want to see any of that on a shirt, let me know.
You can follow her at She's a Phoenix on IG. She does like tattoo artists, arts and stuff.
Tribal, Maori.
Yep. But again, thank you very much, guys, for joining us for this session, for the new comers in this channel. My name is Dirty, and this is my co-host and my wife. She's a Phoenix.
Hello.
So so after the deathcore thing, let's okay, now we understand how you got into music and everything, and how, I think because you put out a story on your IG that questioning people what you want to talk, like what they want to hear on the show.
Exactly. There were a few topics that were
they were very interesting. Which one of them was that I think it was regarding the music industry, and the other one was that regarding how hard is it for bands to manage, as in like, you know, the bands in Iran?
Don't you think that first we need to ask him, like, how did he go from music to music, like handling bands and like everything, like what happened?
I mean, that's why I'm asking him.
Yeah.
Like, now he's gonna explain the journey that he has with the with Tough Sound.
Like that's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Like, what made him think, like, you know, like I want to know from behind the scenes of music production to going like up front and managing and promoting and everything. Like, you know, how did that phase happen in your life?
So in my last band, Caliber, I really thought the music was good, but it wasn't being promoted all that well. So that led me to research how bands nowadays get discovered and how they promote themselves and what they have to do to stay relevant in this music scene. Fun fact, 60,000 songs are uploaded on Spotify every single day.
Wow.
You guys know that?
I didn't know, but I know the guy from Spotify is minting money.
Yeah, and artists are paid peanuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a ton of competition. It used to be the other way around. Like people, there weren't a ton of musicians being able to record themselves. They had to be really, really, really good just to record themselves. They had to get a label to finance recording, mixing, mastering, distribution, promotions, like that kind of stuff. The internet didn't exist.
Exactly.
But nowadays, everyone can get an audio interface and an instrument and just start making music. This kind of changed the game. So that's a bit off topic. So I started researching about band promotion and stuff like that, and I actually became the PR manager or the guy responsible for promoting Caliber. And people say I did a very good job. They can judge that. So I actually met Tekresiv or Hossein, and at the time he was actually, I think, in the mid stages of starting Tough Records or so. I think, I wasn't there when it started. So about 6 months ago, we started talking, and he asked me to join, and I said yes, since two heads are better than one, and working with someone on promoting bands, it's gonna be a lot easier for me to manage. So that from that day, I kind of started like researching what labels are, what they were, what they are doing, and why labels can help an artist out in promoting. So that's basically it, and I'm here now.
Wow.
So this Tough Sound, the thing is like, it's solely focused on the bands from Iran. Yeah? Correct me if I'm wrong.
For now, it is, but we are looking forward to welcoming bands from abroad as well. And it's not just about Iranian bands. It's helping artists out in this tough scene.
Yeah, I mean, that's an amazing thing already that, you know, you're trying to do, because as you said that earlier, there were agencies and people who used to do it, like companies, and now there is, because of the different platforms, there's very less band management actually needed, but then there is some sort of guidance also required in that manner, you know. So it's great that, you know, you're providing your knowledge and all the facilities you can provide for, you know, bands that are coming who don't have a clue what to do, you know, and oftentimes they get like into weird contracts with labels and stuff, like you know, like they get like either ripped off or something, like, you know, they don't either their music is not valued enough or not promoted the right way, especially I'm glad that he's behind that because at least he has knowledge of how the music actually begins in the production. He's been a part of production, so he knows how much effort it takes, what these bands are standing for, meaning everything. So like I'm really grateful that people like this are existing now, who are managing people who need that kind of backbone,
push and like, support,
like genuine support, where he will tell you that, you know what guys, this is that, like, someone who can upfront like guide you,
exactly,
so I'm glad that this is actually happening.
I mean,
especially in a place like Iran.
Exactly, I was just about to say, because there's a lot of good talent in Iran. Like, I used to know a lot of people that they actually moved out to pursue, this thing.
Yeah,
but again,
which I don't blame
life.
them.
But again, it's life, and it's quite hard,
Right.
But I mean, talking about Iranian metal bands. Okay, we established this point that there is no such as like an active scene which you can perform. But other than that, how is the things on the underground? Like how things are shaping up with the bands and how they manage to do their shit?
Well, Iran's bands have a ton of variety. So you have artists that don't have much equipment to like record stuff. So
exactly,
they actually might even have to use phone microphones in front of amps to that exists. And there are also high-end artists that like maybe even pay $1,000 or $2,000 just to get a track mixed. So there's a lot of variety going on, but the thing that most bands in Iran miss is consistency, constantly putting out music, constantly making like content, and it's pretty hard, but you need to do that to stay relevant.
You're so right.
That's basically true for all of the bands. Like consistency.
Exactly. I mean, considering
lack
that
of consistency.
That there are so many bands in all genres, like unless and until they would, like he said, continuously make music, people will forget that they exist. Like either they just listen to their old stuff. Like it's a good point that like people need to keep in mind, and even artists that just to like, dude, there are millions of bands now. Like to even get the attention of a listener is so difficult.
It's just like it's saddened me that there is a lot of good bands. Like as far as I knew about Iran's like I just knew like maybe 2 bands. I mean, I'm sure you know them. Cat Mayan. Have you heard about Cat Mayan? Cat Mayan and Arsames. They were from, I think
Arsames,
they were from Isfahan.
Right. Wow.
They were like proper. Even I saw Mashhad. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
Okay.
They actually performed in Dubai back in 2009.
Did you get to watch them live?
Yeah. They're like good friends with me, man. I met them. I know Ali Azhari from Cat Mayan, but then he moved back to Jordan and to study an SAE.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, even Ali Azhari was on that whole Universal Metal thing, what's called documentary.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
Because there was a segment talking about this region and the metal from around the world. But I mean, Cat Mayan was an instrumental because they knew they couldn't. They had tracks with vocals, but it was like published other But they played gigs. Did they play gigs in Tehran?
I think they have a couple of gigs. I think they've had some. Yeah. Way before my time. I think.
Like the thing that surprises me that they authorize playing instrumental. Like there was bands playing Slayer's instrumental songs, but you're not allowed to sing over it.
Maybe because of copyright issues.
No.
Copyright.
Copyright doesn't exist in Iran. Copyright doesn't exist.
That was my first assumption, considering
you are a naive person.
What? It's just a thought.
Nope.
But I mean, you never suggested these bands to me. I mean, I would have loved to listen to them.
Dude, you love bands that give you exorcism. So let's put it that way.
Wow. Oh my
Exactly,
god.
like-
yeah, basically demonic music.
Yeah.
Yeah. As demonic as it is, I'm gonna love it. Yeah.
So I mean, but back to the point is that, you know, because it's a hard environment to even to keep constant content out. I mean, which band comes to your mind, like first band that pops in your head that they're actually very active and they're putting shit out like every once in a while? In Iran, for example.
In Iran,
I mean, you cannot. If you okay, carry on. My bad.
I guess I could say Out of Nowhere, but they actually recently moved to Turkey, so I don't know if they count. They're still an Iranian band, but they moved to Turkey. Other than that, you know, most bands like have at least a year or two of a hiatus in Iran between releases or so. Some might even release a couple of singles or an album and a single and be inactive. So the band that really was mostly consistent was Out of Nowhere. They have a ton of releases.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, okay, because you as a musician and as a person who's like active and you want to get, you know, you really pay attention to the thing that you want to do and you want to put content out there. How was your first-hand experience with bands that they had this type of I don't want to call it sloppy, but you know, because of life, you know, and you know, the daily routine of everyone, you guys couldn't put content out. How was your experience with, you know, such bands, such projects?
Such projects usually are two people who really want the band to succeed, and mostly the other members just following the other two people, not doing much like content creation or stuff like that. Like it's usually like that, or one person is really active and the other people don't do much stuff. I read a PDF about music promotion, and they have a like terminology for that kind of, the main guy, you know, for that kind of person, the main guy in the band, or main guys. So like, I think if everyone would put 100% of their effort in a band, anything is possible. Yeah, like 4 people, 5 people, just putting in the work, putting in the time, and the budget. The budget is really important to just go from a sloppy band to a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
That creates content constantly, engages with fans, grows a fan base, and just gets on top.
I mean, that's this story of even many Middle East bands. Like, sometimes he shows me bands and then, you know, I see, I'm like, wait, I was expecting a discography. Like, there's just 1 or 2 singles, and then I come to know they get disbanded, they move all away, or like, you know, like, it's such a disheartening feeling, like finding a good band and then you don't see much music created by them, you know? Like, that's the sad reality of this place. Like,
You're married to one of them.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
he tortures me. He shows me good stuff and then he's like, by the way, they just have only 1 single. By the way, they have only 1 album. I'm like, why you're torturing me? Why?
By the way, Luscious Vice. Sorry if I'm
Lucius, yeah.
Oh, sorry. By the way, I'm very bad with name, and I'm sorry that I'm butchering your name. Lucius Vase, you said? Vase?
Ovase, yeah.
Ovase. Yeah, we were talking about the copyright. She's saying, you know, there is, you know, copyright doesn't exist in Iran, and
I'm just an innocent child, you know.
Tegressive is saying, what the fuck is copyright? And she's saying blasphemy.
Oh my god.
No, it's not a shitty. She's saying it's kind of shitty spelling. No, I'm just bad at reading, like in complete, like, you know, Full stop. I'm an idiot.
because his mind reads way before his eyes.
Exactly.
So his mind starts to assume spellings, and I'm like, relax.
Yeah.
Take a haywan, relax and breathe and
Yeah.
try to read, you know.
Yeah. I mean, they would know the meaning of haywan. Haywan for our other viewers, it means animal. So it's like in Persian we say hayvun, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some guys say hayawan.
That's like to put like emphasize on your
Yeah,
existence.
that's the way I need to pronounce for him. You know, like that's how I need to pronounce it.
Because I mean, I showed her the movie.
Yeah.
That movie called Abadu Yekruz.
Aram Haywan, that one.
Badouye Cruz. I haven't seen it.
But it's one of the ones that it got like proper, like legit credits and everything. And
because I
there is
like dark movies, so he
Yeah.
told me, okay, this is like a dark sad reality kind of
Yeah.
movie. So
I mean, that's the only thing that
that's
Iranian
where-
movies are all about. It's just about the whole.
perfect for me.
Yeah,
I mean, I can learn Farsi from there.
Yeah. So there was a section. The guy tells the other guy is like Aram Hayvan, and she took it from there. And every time if I'm like getting excited, it's like Aram Hayvan.
You deserve it. Okay, you deserve it. By the way,
man.
Bundlehead is asking when is your track being released,
I
Journey?
mean, the track is gonna. It's
I ask
actually,
him this every day.
I mean, the thing is, like, it's ready. We're just like waiting for the final, director cut for the video, so we can release it all in one go.
Can't
and
wait.
everything is all together. But
So
let's
excited.
say another month maximum. So we're gonna because there's some good news happening, and we can't wait to share it with with our community and our network. And you guys can keep on stay updated with the band. You guys can go on IG. We're on IG called AKB_official on IG.
Yeah.
at AKB_official. You guys can find us. This is my band. We're like a nu metal band like this, so we play around. And Nox is in the house. What's up, Nox?
Hi.
Thank you very much for joining us.
I know.
And
Bird Division is saying discovers awesome band, finds out they only have one album and broke up years ago. Yeah, that's
Exactly, yeah.
basically what happens to me when I discover bands here.
I mean, if we describe our shit, our scene and everything, Emin will be like, at least you guys have something.
There is also a band. Do you know, a band called Chaos Descent?
Yeah, I know the guys.
Okay, so
such a small world.
I am friends with one of the guys who's Mahdi. Okay, so
Mahdi.
yeah.
Okay.
So he is, I think, the vocalist, if I'm not mistaken. And dude, he showed me the band. He's like, check it out, since you like heavy stuff. I had no idea this was his band, okay? Did not give me any preface, did not give me any disclaimer, no warning. And I'm like, okay, listening nicely. And then he's like, yeah, that's mine. I'm like, what? And then I come to know one album. The torture in my soul.
Okay, you know what?
When
Okay,
you find a good...
Emin, you have
Yeah.
such a fan on your hands, such as Phoenix, okay? How expensive is for a band to actually put an album together in Iran?
Oh, good question.
Is it like the hours that it's in it, or it's the cash that you're talking about?
The cash. Okay. Mostly the hours. You can get it mixed relatively. I'm not saying cheap, but cheaper than most places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I have to calculate everything. And
No. I mean, just roughly, what you think? Is it
Roughly.
like what is the most thing, like the most expensive thing? Is it time consuming, or we're talking about the cash factor, that it's hard for the bands to cope up with and put content out in Iran, specifically in Iran?
I think time is the thing that bands don't put in most. Like, you can do DIY stuff, make things a lot cheaper, but you still need to put in the time. So I think time is more important in that context.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cash is important too, but time is really, really important.
are they like proper metal producers in Iran that you came across, that they're actually like they know their shit? and they understand the sound, or they're just like normal producers?
Like we don't have producers on the really really high end, but we have decent producers in Iran, and like the producers are starting to get better. First you had one decent producer or good producer. Now we're starting to see like 5, 6, maybe 7, and it goes up.
That's awesome.
You know?
No,
Yeah.
So I mean, I have a question.
Getting
Like,
better.
for example, you know, there are so many genres, and already you have told us that there are so many different bands in Iran right now. So when you try to, you know, like a band comes under an umbrella, how do you approach different genres? Do you have different tactics of promoting them, or like, do you approach all the bands the same way, or do you have like a stencil that this is how I do my stuff, or how do you go about this process?
Like 70 or 80% of the stuff is like general stuff, like consistency, quality of content, and like let's say the brand of the band, like the colors they use and stuff like that. And like 30 or 20% is the genre based.
Okay.
But it's mostly the bread and butter of this stuff is just making sure the band puts out content on time. So that's most of the stuff we do. We're kind of like their bosses at this point, like telling them deadlines, telling guys to send us the single at these dates. And I think that one helps the bands out the most, because they feel kind of responsible.
Right.
To since they work with us, they want to put out content way sooner than they would if they were on their own.
Wow.
Like,
so how was the journey with Tough Sound? Well, like when you joined on board, and how, like, yeah, just tell us like who was involved and how you guys like, you know, you guys know each other. If you want to talk about it, because I'm really intrigued to know about the tough sound.
Yeah, the background behind all of it. Yeah.
So my friend Hossein Amjad actually started Tough Sounds. I think it was in 2020. I think it was in 2020, and it was actually the first metal label in Iran at that point.
Nice.
That is awesome.
Yeah, and bands weren't able to put their music on Spotify and platforms like that. So that's how the band mostly started. And moving on, Hossein actually had a ton of contacts and actually managed to get some of those bands we Tough Sounds worked with to premiere exclusively on Metal Injection and sites like
that's
that.
Crazy.
That's good.
Yeah, we've had articles on Loudwire, Metal Socks, an exclusive music video premiere on Knotfest's website.
Wow.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
That's great, man.
Also a premiere on Metal Socks, I think. Yeah.
That is amazing accolades already.
Yeah. We also had a premiere on Decibel. The guys at Decibel are really cool. Yeah.
Nice.
That's good.
I mean, this is amazing that, you know, being recently formed and already having these, having like these many, you know, like achievements
and contacts.
Yeah.
Like, you know, premieres.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
out,
I mean, that speaks volumes already. You know, like I'm so proud to know people of this caliber.
Well, I mean,
you know?
I'm always happy for the talent in Iran, because I know. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, the most populated crowd of metalheads there are mostly from Mashhad. Yeah.
Why is that?
I guess it's a competition between Mashhad and Tehran.
But
whoever I know, and by the way, Mashhad is like one of the most religious cities in Iran, you know.
Kind of makes sense, because like, you know, sometimes it makes you rebel. Yeah, like you know, it'll make you rebel, you know. So.
But dude, they actually know their shit. Like I mean, like Emin being one of them, when you sit down with them, you think they would just like, I mean, sorry if I'm saying this, but I thought like, they would just know the commercial stuff, like, Metallica as, Megadeth and, all the Slipknots and Rammstein. Slipknots, okay.
Okay.
But they actually know, I mean, come on, we didn't know that Emin had a side project. Until like few hours ago, I told my wife that he has a side project, it's a deathcore side project.
And I was so excited. I'm like, wait, what?
I mean, it's crazy.
Coming back to the tough sounds, like, I mean, kudos, bro, that you could achieve this much in such a short duration, and like being part of a organization that is helping bands in such a massive level.
Yeah, such a like a very secluded market as well, like in Iran, which no one is doing it, and like you guys being the first comers to this whole thing,
and taking the responsibility of actually handling bands like that,
and having such achievement as in like Metal Sucks, and these platforms are not easy to get on.
Notfest and stuff, it's amazing. I mean,
wow. By the way, Dominant69, our good friend, is here and is ask the guy to introduce himself.
He already has introduced himself.
But I mean, Dominant just joined us. Oh wait, there was a couple of comments. That's exactly why they like metal. I think she's talking about Mashhad.
Yeah. Because that's why I said that, just because of rebellious reasons. By the way, Dominant, a little bit of background. He is.
Just let him add. Just let Emin. Like Emin, just go ahead.
If you don't mind.
If you don't mind, this is our good friend Dominant69.
Okay, should I introduce myself again?
Just give a tiny
just a brief one.
Just a brief one.
Okay, hey Dominic, I'm a 26-year-old bass player and label owner, let's say, from Iran, and that's pretty much the shortest version. And it's been a long journey.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, Dominant is also into metal, and he listens to screamo. I think like screamo and like metalcore stuff. And he joins us, like every time we go online, when we're live, he joins us, and he's
there are
very
many
interested.
people. There are many people like so. I want to actually ask you, I mean, like, for example, when all the bands that you've come across, which one is like you are really like happy that you're promoting them and like handling them and stuff?
I guess like all of them had something good to offer, and we have really good bands coming up, and we haven't announced them yet, but they're really, really good. But I guess Sargas comes to mind.
Okay.
They're a death metal band. Their single Home was actually about personal loss. Like they wrote it, right after the relatives of two of the members died. One from COVID, one from like cancer.
Oh, God.
These guys are really talented. Yeah.
Damn.
I see a lot of potential in these guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, music like that's built on,
like such
life stories and emotions and stuff is
such
always
a
powerful.
Sentimental thing,
Exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, I always wanted to know like what. I mean, this is gonna be off topic, and I'm sure everyone in the comments would love to join us on this. By the way, guys, the guys who are still watching us, thank you very much for joining us. This means the world to us. If you like this type of content, give us a follow so you can stay up to date with our news and when we are going live and all these stuff. And
if you have any questions for Emin, drop them.
Please drop it in the comment section. I'm sure Emin would be more than happy to answer it. But Emin, what type of food do you like aside of Iranian food?
Oh my God. From where to where?
Exactly. I like to take this shortcuts here and there. Just drift, handbrake.
So there's a burger place near our home, and it's called Cube Burger.
He already got me.
The burgers, it's just amazing. It's just the fries, the burgers. It's just majestic.
Wow.
And when I get the burger and it's still warm, I open the wrap and just sniff like that. I look like a ridiculous person for doing that, but how much I love the scent.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's one of these sins that we do with food, you know.
I mean, I can imagine
Yeah.
sometimes he will show me videos of these like sandwiches and burgers being made, and I'm like, listen, do you want me to get more fat than I already am?
I mean, because I show her all these
Because I start
like,
craving things.
you know, all these big ass jumbo looking sandwiches that Iran is making. And she's like, how you
Yeah.
guys eat this? I'm like, I really don't know.
Like, dude, the size of the sandwiches, I'm like, listen, I need to like fast for 4 days to go to Iran and like just like eat, you know, like I need my appetite ready for it.
Dude, Iran is a journey by itself. But I mean, like aside of burgers and like, you know, the westernized food and the Iranian cuisine, what other cuisine you're interested in that you like to try or you like?
Well, there's chalagach. It's an Armenian cuisine,
Ooh, nice.
and it's actually pork. So pork kebab. Yeah, it's actually the meaty part of the like shoulder blades of the pig, and part of it actually melts in your mouth.
Okay.
Sorry.
Amazing.
Water?
Just
So it melts in your
I
mouth.
really
so
love
it's-
chalagach. Yeah.
So this is a dish. Okay, this is an Armenian dish.
I
By
would
the
love
way,
to try it. I mean, recently I've tried duck, so like I would love to try, you know, something like
I
that.
don't know anything about Armenian cuisine. Is it like near to Iranian or
Wow,
is it
considering you have an Armenian friend, you never asked
like,
RC?
no?
Well, the cuisine from Armenia and the cuisine from Iran that Armenians prepare are a bit different. So I kind of haven't tried everything, but like the legend of Armenian cuisines is dolma. Ahmad will know it.
Yeah.
I also know, and because it's one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's dolma, and Armenians eat a lot of meat.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And if you pass up on dolma, which I kind of do often, you get labeled as, how the fuck are you an Armenian? You don't eat dolma?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a vegan Armenian would have a hard time.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, he himself is vegetarian, so
Even a
going.
vegetarian.
Yeah, he's vegetarian, so like imagining him trying to struggle to find the cuisine there would be really hard.
I'll
you
just
know?
have rice.
Just rice. Oh my god.
I'll go back to the roots, you know. Just
Yeah.
have rice.
I know.
But I mean, dude, food is one thing that connects everyone. Like, you know, we always end up talking about food on this channel, and I like personally love to dig into food because, you know, you can actually know the person on a better level.
You're kind of right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
I mean,
The minute he said burger, first of all, I was like, okay, you know, like when I meet him, I'm gonna give him like a bro hug, you know, like
Yeah.
that's it, Khalas. That's it.
I mean, if you come anytime, if you come to Dubai, hopefully soon, dude, you will be crazy the amount of crazy fast fat food. Exactly.
Since you love
Fat
burgers,
food is-
there's actually a place down the street from where we live, and we'll take you there if you ever happen to come here.
By the way,
It's
the
really
place
nice.
that she's talking about is just next door. It's very Iran-like burgers.
Yeah.
Very Iran-like. You know the messiness I'm talking about. You know, like, you know, how is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I want to describe it in a sexual way, but I don't want to.
That's what you do with the food, yeah? Yeah. But I mean, like, other than that, you like you said, you played shows in Armenia as well, yeah?
Yeah.
So how was the crowd over there? Was it like much more supportive, or there were like much more opportunities for bands to grow in Armenia other than Iran? How was it?
The hard truth about Armenia is the whole country has a population of about 2 or 3 million people.
What?
So,
Really? Nice.
yeah.
Okay.
So when there is a show, like most of the mellets will show up, but that's like 200, 300 people at most.
And probably everyone knows each other
not a
because yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So there is that, and the fans are amazing. Like, they're really amazing. After a show, they will approach you and want to know you and like talk to you. They're really good in that fashion. But Like Armenia is pretty much a small landlocked country, and like the metal scene there, I think unless there's geopolitical change, won't be able to grow.
Mm.
Right.
Okay.
Hmm.
So it's another tough area to
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
I mean-
it's tougher than Iran. Let's just say it's tougher than Iran.
It's again so sad. I mean, considering like art gets so restricted, it really infuriates me.
I mean, exactly. I was about to
Yeah.
ask him something like this. I mean, if you had to write an article about such such problem that exists for talent in Iran and such areas, what would it be like the key elements that you're gonna point out?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
The key element would be, I think, there's a loop going on. Like artists aren't that motivated to create music in these kinds of areas since it's really hard to grow. So they actually can't put in 100% because of that lack of motivation, and that it causes them to not go anywhere and not have that much motivation, and it's just a loop. So the thing is, all of us have the power to break this loop. We just have to keep pushing.
Yeah. He's right, actually.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like
Kind of like a rebellious act out of art, The best way is, like, as he said, if bands are consistently making music, there will be more demand for it. There will be more market for it. There will be more events happening. It's just a cycle, I guess, isn't it?
Yep. And we have a new follower, Arta
_IM.
Thank you very much for the follow, and welcome
to the stream.
Welcome to the stream.
Hey, I am Bullet. Woot. What's up?
What's up, Bullet? Bullet is another our good old
regulars,
friend.
yeah.
Hello there, everyone. Arta, how are you? Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Dirty. I'm the host of this show. Sorry to cut you off. I mean, my name is Dirty, and this is my wife and co-host. She's a Phoenix, and welcome to Combos and Chill Dirty Talk Sessions.
I know.
Yeah, this is our guest, Emin Aghajanian. Aghajanian. Wow. By the way, again, I said I'm gonna be butchering names, so here we go. Round 2.
Iranian bromance.
Yeah, Emin Aghajanian. He's a bassist from Iran. And Arta, tell us how you found us. How you found the channel and through which area you found us. We would know. We would love to know.
I think he's my drummer friend.
Oh,
right.
Cool.
Nice.
Oh, thank you for joining us, and it's good to see friends over here.
I know a lot of people from Emin's circle is here, so I'm glad that people are tuning in for watching the episode with him. So thank you guys for taking the time out.
Thank you very much. And if you guys have any questions for Emin, please just drop it down. And I'm sure Emin would be more than happy to answer a few questions. But Emin, what is the topics that you want to talk about that it's really grinds your gear when it comes to areas very sensitive when it comes to talent? They don't have that that freedom to express, or the freedom of even working on their talent and making putting music out. Where what do you have to say about that?
Well, in Iran, you actually can't put in anything you want in the lyrics, which is a bit understandable. It's not just in metal, it's not just in music, it's in everything. So there is that, but bands can work around that, put in stuff that isn't too sensitive. But the thing that really grinds my gears is bands having excuses, saying we're from Iran and we don't have that much budget, or and still not putting in the time. If you don't have the budget, at least put in the time and be consistent. Release music and just grow as an artist, and don't think about things that could be excuses. That excuses make you stop growing as an artist. Or anything in general. Yeah.
I mean, even though if you are in touch with the like a label outside Iran, how hard is it for the band to manage even to have a you know how to say it, like an international contract with the agency that it's outside of Iran, and how this whole thing works out? I'm asking you this because you had you were part of a band that they were kind of signed to us a foreigner label. That's why I'm asking you this. How the things were happening? Is it like they just tell you, okay, we're gonna do the distribution and stuff like this, or it's easier to handle?
The label we worked with in Caliber was called Downfall Records, and it's a pretty basic distribution and merch contract.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And some promotion as well. So they actually distributed our music on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, everywhere. And they even printed CDs and shipped them to places like Japan, the US.
Wow.
And I actually know a guy who found our disc in Chicago.
Wow, man, that's awesome.
Damn, that's impressive.
Awesome.
Yeah. It was that kind of deal, but we weren't that close, you know. The label did some stuff and we did some stuff, and there wasn't that much of an intimate connection between the two.
Mm-hmm.
So there was this issue. We try not to be a bit distant. We try to be a bit close with the artists, calling them and asking them when the single is gonna be mixed, or when are they shooting the video. We're a bit closer in that aspect, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I just want to read the comment from Arta because I don't want to assume the gender. Is it a he or a she?
I don't know.
He.
All right, he. Thank you.
Hi, Arta.
I'm just being cautious over here.
Okay.
So he's saying that we talk about this a lot with Emin. The issue of limitation is not it's the reason why it's not growing, for example. So the community is not well developed to be able to do this, and the problem is deadline protocols which Persian musicians can't work with the right organizing pattern. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
much love to you, man. I mean, exactly. That's the thing. I mean,
it's like chains, basically, you know, like it's an anchor dragging the talent down instead of encouraging and, giving them the resources, allowing them.
Take it this way. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, Spotify is banned, yeah?
Spotify isn't actually banned by the Iranian government, fun fact. So the way Spotify works is it limits countries based on their IP address. So 180 countries have access to Spotify, and we're among the 30 countries that Spotify doesn't provide service to. So that one's on them. Yeah, that one's not on the government here. That one's on them.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me so angry. Like, I want to go break shit because this is insane. You can't even listen to music.
Dude, YouTube is banned. Facebook is banned.
That's just crazy.
I use Spotify.
Even Spotify, dude, it does no harm. You're just listening to music, you know. What harm can come out of that?
Oh, really? You want to go down that route with them?
Listen, when I'm if you're referring to my driving or some shit.
No, I'm saying, when it comes to talking with the big guns about this shit, they don't understand.
Right. Okay.
Literally cuckoo. They don't even read anything.
Yeah.
And Tekresiv is saying, sorry, I can't subscribe. My PayPal is not connected to an active credit card. Any alternatives you suggest? Well,
I'm not sure. Is there any other?
I mean, there is a direct link to, if you want to donate something to the show, you can go to the About section on our homepage on Twitch channel. You can get the direct link that you can, send the donation to the channel. And thank you very much for asking. And Arta is saying, ask Emin this, and he and be sure his answer will be so interesting. Ask him what is his main problem with Persian musicians.
Ooh, very interesting.
It's not a problem, but yeah, it is a problem. Actually, it is a problem.
Is it because we
Like
are
the lack
very
of
lazy?
mm, no, it's not laziness. It's
Laziness is a factor.
laziness is a factor.
He already said about consistency.
Yeah.
You know.
Like this isn't inherent in Persian people. Like it's not a thing that's cultural, but since Iran has so many limitations, like I said, most people think that they can't achieve anything in Iran.
Mm-hmm.
Like because of those limitations, the real limitation is the one on your mind, like the cage you put yourself inside.
So true.
I
Yeah.
mean, but that's what I'm trying to find out. It. By the way, you guys are not missing out. You're talking to one guy over here that I have that same tendencies. Maybe because I'm Persian, so maybe I'm not. I don't know. Maybe
No, it's
that's
not
it.
that.
The amount of times I had to even push him to bring convos back. Like, I'm shocked I don't have white hair till now.
But what I'm trying to say is that this is actually a very shocking factor that why this thing happens, why the musicians tend to be lazy. Okay, we know there's a couple of more factors behind it, which losing interest, not having that motivation, such as Emin said.
Yeah, maybe life responsibility, something happens,
Exactly.
maybe someone passes away,
Yeah.
they lose a job,
I mean,
or they have to relocate or some shit.
I think Lusha said their inconsistency and lack of integrity and self-respect.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be that, but I mean, again,
These are all moral dilemmas. Like it depends on.
for an environment such as theirs, it's way more harder to penetrate. I think some people, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of musicians, they give up or they divert into like other music, which is much more easier
Mainstream?
access.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, mostly that happens, and there's another thing. Bands usually have side projects without putting in 100% in the main band. That also kind of we have like vocalists and drummers in like 4 or 5 bands, and the bands are pretty good. Some of them are amazing, but like the problem is, why don't you focus all your energy and all your time in the main band? And if you make it, then like you have the formula and you're more efficient, then you start a side project. That happens a lot in Iran.
Well, I mean, I can tell you one thing about side project, but again, sorry to cut you off. I mean, that was a very good musician fellow. Like, I know him. I was in a band with him, and we were going places, but because of other people's fuck up, the band went to nowhere. He told me a very genuine thing. He said that because I was thinking of making a side project, which is my band right now. He told me, listen, if you're not enjoying the main music of the main band, that's why you branch out into another side project, because you're not like you cannot find yourself like welcome in this project.
Actually,
it kind of makes sense, because it happened to me. I actually was not into that type of music, and I wanted to do the shit that I wanted. That might be a factor as well. I'm just sharing information.
Yeah, but I would actually sort of disagree with it, because sometimes it also happens that maybe you handle a project and then you want to create a different genre of music according to your liking.
There as well.
Like,
exactly.
Experimenting with some other thing that you always had a dream to do, but you never got to. So, like, for example, you always say that I want to do like a rap track, or like you want to do something different with Josh, their bassist.
Yeah.
So there are musicians that have that phase.
Exactly, but
maybe they grow out of it.
Exactly. One of the things that kind of affect that is that you're not happy with the product that you already have. And by the way, guys, the
or
viewers,
just dreams.
The viewers, tell us, what is your opinion on musicians starting side projects and not paying attention to the main project? Tell us what is your input, where you're standing on that point.
By the way, Amin answered this, right?
Yeah,
okay.
answered it, yeah.
Sorry, I just have to ask because like
No,
my memory
because
is like really
they
bad.
were talking about the laziness. Sorry, they were talking about why he doesn't like Iranian musicians.
Well, I have an opposite question. Like when Tough Sounds like brings bands under their label, like especially for you personally, with your own opinions, other than the consistency and the quality of music, do you look for any other specific qualities in the band? Like for example, I'm just spitballing here. Like for example, a band should have a backstory behind them, like where they come from, what they're writing about. Does that make is it important, or is just the music or what they write about, or how is it?
Well, the main thing is consistency, and us knowing that the band is gonna put out singles and everything is gonna be on time. Like some factors help, like the band knows a mixing engineer or even has a mixing engineer in the band. So we know that mixing is not going to be an issue, and the budget of mixing, and the band can use a budget for promotional purposes,
right?
Like stuff like that. Like we wouldn't like turn down a band that didn't have a budget for promotion, but it's pretty much an important issue. Most bands like use up all of their resources for a music video or producing the song, like maybe paying $1,000-$2,000 for mixing, but nothing more after that. Like this also there has to be a balance, us knowing that the band also good lyrics, like grammatically correct lyrics, pretty good accents, that's also an issue, good production, decent or good artwork, and just like the band has to have its own identity,
that's what
like not be like a generic heavy metal band rip-off, Not that there's anything wrong with heavy metal. I started with heavy metal, but there's a difference between playing heavy metal or being just another band in that stereotype situation.
So true.
So basically it comes down to the strategies and stuff that, I mean, as in like what I got out of what he said is that basically if you're planning to promote one thing, you need to put all the, those factors, like strategize it. As the bands we know, like dude, we know a band, I don't want to name drop, they're very good, but they release up to like 7 singles now, and I was like, what the hell is going on? And I'm like, just release an album. But this is the new thing. This is the new thing. You learn things.
This is the new thing.
I mean, it's a sad reality of also post-COVID industry for music. I mean, don't you like feel that after COVID that many artists, not just bands, like individual artists themselves also release singles?
This was even before COVID.
Yeah, but COVID just like accelerated it.
COVID just like, like stumped it to death. And there is a comment from Arta saying, I'm in touch with the Persian/Swedish drummer named Cyrus Vazir. He's an amazing, and if you follow drummer, you would know him. We talked about this in Discord channel, and I said people have always had reasons not to grow and work with modern way of controlling music. With modern way of controlling musical talent and trying to enhance the musical standards that is in Iran. I think having an excuse to not grow and try to learn and grow better and faster is such a bullshit thing. Motherfucking thing. It's all like stars. I don't know. I'm just.
First of all, Arta, well said.
Yeah.
Like that is such brilliantly worded comment. Like
I mean,
so
the
true.
thing is, like, everyone has a thing to say about this, and I know this is like a burden.
Like you can see everyone is infuriated.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like. Which I am as well. I am furious. I'm really furious.
You're looking at the point of view from a musician. I'm looking at the point of view from even a listener. I'm like, why can't I listen to these people like over the years again and again?
I have a point. I hope Emin is I mean, if you're as a musician, you will kind of correct with me. But again, I just want to read the read the latest comments and I'll get back to that. Leslie is in the house. What's up, Wood? Leslie, thank you very much for joining us.
Leslie.
Luscious saying there is a lot of she's saying there is also a lot of unnecessary drama when it comes to music in Iran. Many musicians trash talk other bands. Yeah, we know that.
That is everywhere, dude.
While they literally don't produce anything and have zero output. And I know this is an outsider, not a musician. It's all over the place. Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
This is everywhere.
Dude, this is everywhere. This is a sad story of even here in Dubai. UAE, it's Middle East, everywhere.
Yeah, like it's the same thing. I think even we had the same
behavior,
we had the same conversation with Ian from Recoil and Horror.
Who was actually a vocalist in a band in America called Recoil and Horror. Yeah.
Yeah, so even he said there is such type of politics or like
animosity, like there's some kind of
bands like losing interest and everything, but
or like rivalries and stuff, like they say, like like there are even stuff happens here where even promoters of events do shit together to like
to bring down the other promotion. It's
like
just
imagine
crazy.
It's not just the bands or the artists, even other people that go behind the management side do this.
I mean, I wanted to ask you, I mean, I'm sure this didn't went under your radar. You obviously had I'm sure you guys know a couple of your friends that they listen to Persian rap.
Yeah, of course.
Persian rap blew up in a way, dude. They were so underground. They are so underground. The thing is, like, if there was such a movement behind rap music in Iran, if we had the same type of movement for metal music, do you think we could have reached to that level of Persian rap music in Iran? Although Persian rap is not accepted, but it's still they're there,
I mean, music is music. It'll reach people.
No, as we're talking about, like, when it comes to the politics, they're not accepted. But
still out there.
But I mean, what do you think? If we had the same support of the Persian rap community, do you think the Persian metal could have grow the same way?
Actually, fun fact, the Persian rap community is way better off than the Persian rock and metal community. They have a ton of fans, and the fans support the music, buy the albums. Like Beachcast drops an album, everyone pays for the album.
I actually know about him because I listen.
Beachcast is cool, man.
They're really supportive. And another fact, they're really active on Spotify. Rap fans, you should say, since there's a lot of them. So a lot of them go to Spotify and listen to the songs they like on the platform. That causes the algorithm to pick those rap songs and categorize them with all of the rap songs that people would like. So there's a fans also like section on rap on artists on Spotify. And for metal bands, it's mostly I'm not saying garbage, but like they have nothing to do with each other. The fans also like section. It's not accurate. But for like rap artists, it's pretty accurate. And fans can discover more bands and listen to on Spotify, and rap is better off in that area.
Yeah, I mean,
do you think it's the ego clashes that everyone have in the bands and stuff like this, that it's not reaching to anywhere? Because that can be a factor as well.
Also, dude, the media or the platform is not being able to have, like, the people are not able to have access to, for example, even if, like he said, the algorithms are so messed up. Like, even if a person gets to listen to Spotify but doesn't get suggested all these different bands, like, what's the use? Like if the other bands, like, for example, there are supporters who find out, like, for example, me, like, whenever I see a band, I'm like, okay, immediately go Spotify, follow, listen, like, favorite, like, they're already my playlist is ready. Like, if there would be metalheads like that, like, at least like 100 million, I mean, we can support the bands that way.
It's just that because I see how, I mean, even Persian rap, I mean, it was kind of not a normalized thing before. They were getting into trouble. They were being picked up by the authorities, and there were a lot of petitions to stop them. There was a lot of documentaries about them. And
Yeah.
but dude, they were even calling them Satanists.
Dude, imagine what will happen to metalheads, crucified.
It's like the metalheads on the back sitting like, you guys got the wrong fuckers,
Exactly. But dude, like, this is gonna happen. Like you said, that unless and until there's kind of a artistic revolution, this will not happen. The evolution has to come from the artists, the listeners, and the authorities. It has to be a collective thing.
Yeah.
Like, you can't clap with one hand, like as they say.
Yeah, I know,
it has to be a joint effort of everyone who, if they want to help the fellow artists, like he said, going to the gigs, getting their merch, getting the albums, listening to them, following them, promoting them from their own side. Like, for example, if they've discovered the band, promote them on the social media so they get more attention. Like, all these little things really, really make a difference.
Exactly. And Arta is saying, hey Ahmed, the word hashia. This is the whole problem that we have in Iran. Controversy. I talk about this with Emin. Oh man, dude, controversy is... but he has a point. They actually make money out of controversy, yeah? Like, I think I...
Do you mean all publicity is bad publicity is
dude,
publicity?
they actually, like, I know this between the Persian rap artists, they actually have this type of, type of... contract, as in, like, you bash me and I bash you back just for, like,
but also it's
for
just
clout,
to be
Okay, yeah.
Also be relevant in the news and, like, just like social media,
something?
like this happened to that.
Can I say something? They do it all for the clout. Do it for the clout.
Actually, this type of stuff happens almost everywhere. Like, people... I don't think people are really that stupid to this Eminem.
Dude, there is a lot of stupid people that they actually fall for it.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, okay, me and you as musicians, because we know all these loopholes and tricks to gather clout and, like, viewership and shit like this that exists, but people actually buy it. What?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know.
They actually buy it.
I'm just squinting at you because you're telling that you understand controversy and clashes and stuff.
No, not clashes, dude. It's all, like, made up shit.
Yeah.
It's not legit.
Yeah, like, dude, sometimes this is also done by their PR, to be honest. That they start fires just to be relevant in, articles and social media, just to be active.
Yeah.
By the way, I mean, considering we just touched on the topic briefly, but nowadays, since you see the pattern of bands going with singles and versus releasing the album by itself, which one would you suggest, or which one do you prefer, or do you cater to that band specifically of how to go about releasing, or like how's the tactic behind this?
The tactic behind that is, I think bands should release singles until they have a following that really wants an album. They can
That's a
release
very
an album.
good
That's
point.
Okay. Releasing an album is okay, but like, imagine you putting in the time to like record, mix, master an album that takes about a year or two, and just dropping the album out of like in one day, without anything before that. Like, you're relevant for like an hour and relevant to the people who know you, but not much else. People won't go like listen to an album by an artist that they don't generally know. They will start with a song or two songs and then go into the album.
Very good point.
So I love albums, but that's the sad reality nowadays.
And Arta was asking if you can, like, talk a bit more about the whole controversy that happens. It was like, talk about it.
Controversy, like, it's easier, let's just say it's easier to like bash artists in your stories and get some people knowing about you than it is to actually create art and be creative, and
So
make people like you and like the way they see you. And I really firmly believe that those kind of people who just bash won't get anywhere. Like, even like artists that diss Eminem in their tracks, they have some music and people can listen to that music with that controversy. Like controversy is like a small tactic you can sometimes use. I don't like it, but it's just a tool. It's not a way to get famous. You still have to put in the work.
So true.
Yeah, so true, man. And Luscious saying about the whole
Lucius.
Lucius, man. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. I'll make it up to you when I'm there in Tehran. I'll buy you a burger and Emin a burger as well, and so he can sniff his burger in front of me. So,
is this some fetish now?
I don't know. Ask Emin. He said he sniffs his burger. I'm not sniffing my burger, man.
What's happening here?
So she's saying, she's saying about the metal versus Farsi rap thing. Making content for metal is way harder. As Emin mentioned already, as Emin mentioned already, the whole language and lyrics and creative content is a problem. It's much easier to get away with language and rap than in metal. That's a very accurate point.
Yeah.
Because the Persian rap that the lyrics are way slangier.
Yeah,
so it's much more day-to-day type of...
and like Amin said, that there is so much censorship on the language that can be used in songs already, that, you know, he like, as a person who wants to promote, he wants to make it easier. So there will be some kind of boundaries for the bands to either write about, or like, because, you know, like with this much censorship, trying to get that attention of like at least, you know, being relevant in the market, being promoted, being, you know, getting the viewers and everything. Dude, rap would be easier. You can use a lot of connotations, but metal, like I always say about metal, you talk about pure pain in metal. When you talk about pure pain, you cannot censor things.
But I mean, again, you're really like, you know, I disagree with you.
Listen, like now your new track is the biggest fuck you. You say it yourself. That's how you describe it.
She just shushed me on my own show.
Yeah, so shut the fuck up. Okay. So like if you say that your own song is like that, so like imagine that kind of aggressive energy, that pain, the frustration, the inequalities that you face. And already Iranian people go through so much on a daily basis.
I know, but if
so
you,
like,
I mean,
imagine censoring that.
Okay, because she has a grudge against rap music, she's talking like.
Listen, correction, mumble rap.
I mean, we're talking as musicians. I mean, even rap music has that same impact. I mean, the Persian rap that they put out, it was coming out of
like,
pain,
dude,
man.
listen, compare like Offset and Migos and all these Takashi Flimpline, or I don't know what is his name.
Takashi what?
I don't know. I just make fun of him like Chris D'Elia. So like all these rappers, compare that to the song you made me listen to about, dude, these people are talking about trauma. And like difficulties and racism and like God knows what not, and tortures and like, you know, difficult topics like suicide, for example. Like it's all hard shit, dude. It's not easy to write about, and it's not easy to promote either.
I mean, but what I'm trying to say as a musician,
don't compare to mumble rap. They talk about showing off.
It's not about that. You're losing the whole content. Just like just forget about what you want to say. Forget about it. What I'm trying to say is that even the Persian rap, because it came out from such a harsh environment, they were talking about like, you know, harsh stuff, and and the lyrics were crazy.
It's heavy.
But it's not comparable to metal, because as even the guys in the comments said, it's much more harder to produce and it's much more work to put in. And plus, if you're a one-man band, correct me, I mean, it's much more easier to pull this shit off. If you are with band members, when everyone wants to put their own fucking feet into this fucking thing.
That's in every country, dude. It's not just Iran.
I mean, I'm sure, you had like an encounter with people in projects that they want to shove their own fucking idea every tiny bit they find. Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
So when you have such musicians, and you have the environment, and you have a hard way of living, and the whole situation is like that.
Yeah, it's like basically digging their own grave, you know, like making it more difficult for your own like peers, basically, and yourself.
Yeah, and
a key word here is ego.
Yeah.
Ego plays a big freaking.
It's one of the topics that we always ask artists, like, you know, how do you deal with that, and also people who work with management.
How would you deal with the egotistic
yeah, exactly. That's a very good segue.
How would I deal with what? that kind of person who has ego.
Yeah. If you had a band member in your project that is very, very egotistic.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically 90% of the bands I was in. So I don't have any answer. Egotistical people don't change. There's no magic thing to change ego or consistency, not a label. Even if Sony like picks you up, your ego will still stay the same. And most of the time, ego doesn't let you
Grow.
like create stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, but we have a comment from Tekresiv saying Persian rap and metal came from the same pain, though, and rap is way easier compared to metal.
Yeah.
And Arta is saying it's a full foot job.
Orgy. Oh God.
I don't know. Arta is on another different planet talking
That dude.
about foot job orgy. I don't know why he's talking about foot job orgy.
What is this in reference to? Can you please
I'm
elaborate
trying
the
to, yeah, I am trying to-
connection? Like, what's it connected
I
to?
have no idea.
Arta, please elaborate on that. We are all interested now. You know, the show is direct. We just gotta redirect
Yeah, the whole attention on that one comment.
Forget about Emin and us. What is a foot job orgy?
Oh God.
This is. Yeah. Tell us.
Yeah.
Carry on.
I want to say something that Lucius brought up. The thing about rap, Persian rap and Iranian metal, there is one difference, one key difference. Like Persian rap is in Farsi, and the kind of people that connect with that are people who listen to Farsi music. You know, people who speak the language.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's really easy for you to get famous in Iran, and for people outside of Iran who know Farsi to listen to those artists. But in an international scene, you can't get too far with that. Yeah,
That's
you
a.
still can.
Yeah.
You still can. We have a band called Padra in our label. They actually they're one of the bands who like use Farsi in their songs, and they actually make it work. I think they actually make it work, and they're a good band to check out.
That's actually awesome.
Yeah, but in general, I think there's a language barrier that makes promotions like. I'm not saying better or worse. It's just different. Like
Exactly.
if you want to promote a Persian rap band, all you have to look is people, just normal people talking Farsi. They might like it. They might not. But with metal, the vast majority of people in Iran generally don't like listening to stuff that's in English. So.
Yeah, regardless being heavy, you know.
Yeah, regardless being heavy. Yeah.
So Arta saying, sorry, continue please. Sorry, I thought.
Yeah, that's just it. You have to choose between playing in an international scene or just the domestic scene.
And I exactly, like, I fully agree with you, because he mentioned that, you know, Persian rap is in Farsi, so it's much more easier for people to, you know, to connect with and to understand. But for metal, because it's in
Iran.
like, you know, for Persian rap in Iran, is much more easier to connect with the audience and find better audience easier.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
for
language
metal,
barrier,
for metal, like, regardless the heaviness of the music, it's just the lyrics itself, and plus it's already a big no-no. Like, you know, they have a, you know, sour taste in their mouth. And one of our viewers, you know me, saying all the origin of pain comes from the consciousness of one's soul and heart experiencing in the passage of time, I guess. Yeah, I think he was talking about the whole like
The pain about the-
the pain about the music and stuff. And the artist saying, yeah, regarding the foot job, he's saying basically everyone having their foot in the band.
Now the analogy makes sense. Now it makes sense.
So and I think there was another big ass comment.
Yeah, from Lucius. Bands like Swallow the Sun or Septic Flesh,
Yeah.
wouldn't have censored problems on the mentioned. It doesn't need to be derogatory. Take stuttering from, for example, when Eminem does it, it's considered a technique, but you can't pull off linguistic fuck arounds like that in metal. That's true. It's a vocal style, you know. And majority of the metal bands that try to sing in Persian fucked up so hard that I don't even remember their names. Oh, that is so sad. I mean,
He's right.
yeah, I mean, there is only so much you can do with metal styles. I mean, now because of metalcore and deathcore, there's a lot of vocal styles that are coming up, gutturals and, you know,
Yep.
pig screams, for example, and like different ways of doing them, and different octave and duration and stuff like that. Like, you know, different sound effects that you can do with the, like, for example, with Ian when we were learning techniques
Oh,
from
man.
Recoil and Horror.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, he was our previous guest and he was showing us how he does the vocal style. So, like, all that, yeah, it does contribute. But like he said, rap is more accepted, all these, like, you know, effects. But of course, each genre or each branch of music has
Yeah.
their own style. So,
Yeah. So I mean, if you had a chance, who was the first person you would like to collab on Iran's level and on an international level? Two artists that you would love to collaborate with, you know, playing bass or just, you know, make music with.
ooh, nice.
For Iran, I'd really have to think about it. Like, there are a ton of great musicians here, but the thing is, the good ones actually already have a good band, goodish. So it would be a side project, and side projects tend to not do that all that well because of all the reasons that I mentioned. But if it were up to me, I'd really love to get a track mixed by Mendel, the ex-guitarist of Aborted.
From the band
That's a guy.
Aborted?
Aborted.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
a guitarist called Mendel, and he does amazing mixes, and I'd love to work with that guy.
But I think Aborted is an international band. Yeah, it's not from Iran.
You said one band from Iran
Yeah,
and
yeah.
one band from abroad.
Yeah.
For Iran, I actually don't have an answer.
So yeah,
right now.
that's what I was trying to just get through. Like because I know
Yeah.
Aborted is an international band. So yeah, that's great choices. But again, what Aborted plays? That's like extreme death metal as well. Yeah.
Like Mendel does neoclassical progressive metal. Like, it's just
Wow.
insane.
Okay.
It's just insane music.
Wow.
Like, okay, what is your top influences when it comes to music? Who are your idols and icons that you look into?
Like Carnifex is up there, like one of the really important ones.
You just made her day, okay?
Yeah. I mean, it's Carnifex.
There
You know?
is also, At the Gates, a Swedish death metal band, melodic death metal. There's, let's see, I guess Lorna Shore.
Lorna Shore is nice.
Why this band is so like
Dude,
hyped?
you need to listen to them. I'll play.
I like the guy's afro.
when when we go to the when we go like on a road trip or something, we like I'll blast it for you. It's nice.
Because you know what, she
It's
shows
heavy.
me all these deathcore bands. I like the music more than the vocals, but now I am actually like, you know, really
I'm converting him.
No, you're not converting me. It's just that I'm appreciating music. I really respect the amount of like, you know, thinking and strategy is putting into the vocal ideas. Because, for example, Filth.
Yeah.
God damn it,
Okay.
that fucking vocalist.
Dude, the guy is a big ass black dude. Okay,
Like we're talking big.
like a mass, and the lung power this guy has.
Dude.
Like when I showed him the band, he's like, Nazi, this is amazing. I'm like, yeah, just listen. Just listen.
Check them out, Filth. They are crazy.
Check them
They
out.
are fucking crazy. Like the guy does he does those demonics. Like, you know, okay, for me, death metal is the old school ones, which is like, you know, Cannibal Corpse, 6 Feet Under, Morbid Angel, Deicide, you know, bands such as these, like, you know, like old school thrashy death metal, you know, growling stuff.
Yeah.
But
With
these guys, they're taking like, you know, I mean, he does like some demonic
Vocals, right?
Vocals is just how?
That's why I like it, because it's demonic.
It's wow. Shall I be scared or like be okay with this?
Don't you already sit with a cross to exercise demons?
But I mean, for sure, check Filth out.
And
Filth is an amazing band.
I'll check Filth out.
Yeah, and also I've seen the music production with deathcore and metalcore, especially deathcore. Like, remember you were listening to After the Burial the other day, and that's another American band as well. And they're not new, but they got famous in 2019. And he was telling me, what's that band that has that weird thing? And he explained something musically, and I understood what he meant. And that's when I played Heavy Lies the Ground. Remember?
I mean,
you were asking
because
me.
sometimes she plays like stuff like it's kind of like it's not my style, but I try to dig into the music, but again, it's not my style. But she plays like groovy stuff, like for example, like, you know, After the Burial, or what was the other one? Chelsea Grin.
Chelsea Grin
Is good. Yeah, so I think what's called Tekresiv is saying cattle decapitation will change your thoughts on extreme metal vocals. Dude, I know that band.
Yeah, we all know who doesn't.
I know cattle what's called decapitation. I know decapitated. I know what's the other one, man? I fucking forgot.
What's the one
Dying
that Z
Fetus.
listens to?
But Pig Destroyer.
Pig Destroyer. Oh my god.
Pig Destroyer, Dying
That's
Fetus.
insane.
Yeah, these are good. Arta's saying, let me say something, and I've got to go to do some practicing. I think people like Emin are the future of Iran, and I'm happy that started to know him a few months ago, because gives me even more energy to create and growl. Have an awesome stream, guys, and much love to all, especially Emin. Have an awesome night. Thank you very much,
so
Arta.
sweet. Thank you for dropping by.
Thank you for the follow as well. It means the world to us. Just give us a follow on combos and chill on IG as well. You know, so you can stay up to date with our news, and we love to see you again on the streams. And Lush is saying, Arta, good luck with the practice, mate. Have a good one. Yeah, man, take care of yourself. Lucius, I don't know. Okay, just let me have it. It's one night.
Why are you saying luscious, like the band, like the brand that makes like lush? Like, why are you saying luscious?
Yeah, because I like slushies, maybe.
How is that?
I don't know. I just said something for the thing.
He's on some shit.
Arta, just take care of yourself and have a good practice.
Take care. Good night.
Yeah. I mean, man.
Good night, Arta.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you think it's you know, it's necessary to be out there that you would like to, you know, present it to the community of the metalheads in Iran, which you know that metalheads are struggling with, and you know, with Tough Sound being one of the first ever record labels in Iran for metal bands. What you guys are kind of like, you know, what is the main objective of Tough Sound?
Well, it's actually has to do with a point I was trying to make with Caliber. It's that any band from Iran, if they put in enough work, can get up there. Can get into Spotify official playlist, can get into the news, can get a fan base, and for me personally, that's what I really love to see.
So, you like
to just break the cycle.
I mean, I hope you guys, like, you know, how to say, to get that push from the bands, and you guys actually grab as many bands you can, and, you know, ignite this motivation in these bands to, you know, keep content, you know, keep
creating
on coming,
content,
like creating content and keep, you know, pushing out content. And with such a hectic market that it's there for metalheads in Iran, kudos to Tough Sound and
Exactly.
to you
Yes.
and the people that they're in charge and Tough Sound.
And the fact that they have so many accolades and achievements already done since their formation, it's really impressive. And I think that the bands are in good hands. Like I have faith that there will be promoted, managed, and stuff like that, so that they are given like they have more reach.
Yeah.
So
Techrecive is saying sad fact equal promo 70%, music 30%.
it's nowadays, man. It's just social media aware, like the activity that you have online. It really makes a difference.
But,
like in engaging with fans, for example.
I mean, what is the 3 key points you will tell any band, even if they don't want to be signed to any label or they want to do it by themselves nowadays? What is the 3 key points that you're gonna give them?
The 3 key points. The first is consistency and also motivation. That's the first part. Second part is knowing English, since all of the resources they need is in English. There's nothing in Farsi, and even if that wasn't the case, if you want to have an international fan base, you have to be able to communicate with them.
Exactly.
Talking English, like writing good captions, like even creating TikToks, with a good caption.
Exactly.
That also helps. Yeah, that helps. The last one, consistency. English.
Is it on the market that you're targeting? Can that be a key element?
No. The third one is just to keep learning and let go of their ego. Just be a bit humble and just learn everything every day and just keep going. You can learn all of this stuff on the internet, I promise. Like everything is on YouTube, everything. They can get access to almost everything. Like 90% of the resources, they just have to put in the time.
And Techrecive is saying, let's make those content in Farsi. I mean,
content in Farsi.
I think, the thing is, I hope, because the only
he's saying tough show.
Yeah, tough show. Exactly, it's going to be a tough show. Other than that, the only Iranian rock band that I knew about that I used to listen to their music was Hadi Pakzad. You remember Hadi Pakzad?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and he was much more alternative rock, normal rock.
Yeah.
And sadly, he's also he committed suicide and.
Oh God.
Yeah. Sad life, but I mean, as in rock bands, it was very minimal for us even to reach out to.
That's the thing. Even for them to exist and make an earning off of it, man. The era is already difficult for these kind of bands,
Whoa, Tamashisaka's in the house. What's up, man? How you doing, man? Thank you very much for joining us. He's saying, most people are proud of raising their kids. I can proudly say my kids were adopted. To be honest, I don't miss them. Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow, Tamashisaka. Thank you very much. That's super dark.
I know. Thank you for dropping by with your amazing wisdom.
By the way, you guys need to follow Tamashisaka. He's hilarious dude, man. Hilarious dude.
I always enjoy watching him, go on stream.
Yeah, man. And by the way, Tamashisaka, this is our good friend Emin Aghajanian. He's a bassist from Iran. He's half he's Armenian Iranian. So just a tiny introduction so you can cope up with the whole thing. But again, we're almost closing the show. And he's and by the way. He's saying, sup, Amin, appreciated, Armenian. Yes, he is Armenian Iranian. So,
hey, Tamashisaka.
Yeah. Dude, this guy has he has a nugget song that, he does it for the audience on Twitch, man. It's hilarious. Like whenever we,
check it out.
for sure, man. Give
And
him
he has a
follow.
menacing mask as well, which
Yeah.
was I was almost like mortified when I saw it.
He's saying you look like a king. I mean, we were just saying. You remember you said he looks like a Viking.
I told you. I was like, this dude has such massive like warrior energy. Like
Yeah.
when you look at him, you're like, damn, he's gonna make some a monomarth kind of music, you know?
By the way, what T-shirt you wearing? Is it a band?
Bloodbath.
Oh, Bloodbath. Is that the
nice.
guy from Opeth or the other? I think Opeth vocalist he did. Or I'm mistaken.
He was in the band, but he left. Fun fact about this T-shirt: I waited 1.5 years to get this T-shirt.
What? Why? Why 1.5?
My
so,
dear.
So my aunt lives in Germany, and
Oh.
she basically ordered the T-shirt for me. And because of kind of COVID and the situation, she wasn't able to come to Iran to give me the T-shirt. So I just had to wait, and I didn't get it from her personally. She went to Armenia, gave it to one of our some people we knew,
So many
and
redirections.
dude, the back of this T-shirt says "Made in Bangladesh."
Oh
From
my!
Bangladesh to Sweden to Germany, then to Armenia, then to Iran.
Oh my god! Literally precious cargo.
Hey,
you know?
at least the T-shirt was on an international tour.
Yeah. Ah.
You know.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Nice
By
one.
the way, they're saying that we need
A dominant
Tekrasiv is talking to Tama. He's saying we need anime metal.
Yeah, and Dominant's saying, do you know that game called the Geometry Dash?
No.
No, man, I don't know that
No.
game.
By the way, also Lucius is saying he looks like Spartan Viking hybrid.
Oh, yeah. Dude, he has that vibe,
That's
you know?
good.
That's good. You know,
Everyone is saying they want anime metal.
anime metal. That would be such a cool
I
thing
think
to
we
do.
have that. I think we already have
Oh
that.
yeah, we talk about Metalocalypse. Emin was the guy who mentioned it. Metalocalypse is amazing, man.
Oh my god.
Oh man, Emin, it was an amazing session with you, man. I hope we covered as much as we could, man. And
I
we're
know.
really proud that we had you on the channel on this session. You know, to be our the episode 38 guest.
Yeah.
And please. Any final words you want to give to the viewers, where they can find Tough Sound, where they can find your own profile and your music, or just tell them where they can find you on the social platforms.
So I really love being on the show, and time flew actually.
Yeah.
It's 10:20 p.m. The show actually started 9:30.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's
9:30.
9:30. No, it's
Iran.
9:30 for.
Yeah.
8:30 in Iran. Yeah, time actually flew by. So it was an honor being on the show, and I really enjoyed being here.
Oh man,
Oh,
same here.
If
bro.
you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's the Murder Base on Instagram. Yeah, and also on TikTok, the Murder Base, Twitter, the Murder Base. It's always the Murder Base.
Nice.
Great
And
username, by the way.
Thanks. The label's username is Tough Sounds. Just Tough Sounds, no dots and anything. At Tough Sounds.
On IG.
And stay tuned for more.
For sure, man, for sure. I mean, by the way, again, thank you very much, Emin, for joining us with this session, and thank you very much for the guys that they are here with us until now.
Yeah.
Without you guys being here, none of this is possible.
Exactly. Also dropping comments, interacting with us, asking us questions. Like, thank you for taking the time out of your daily routines and at least
Exactly. Thank you
being
very much
on
for
here.
being with us. And Tamashisaka is saying, love the hair and the Instagram.
Exactly. I told you. told you.
Yeah. sorry, I was about to say something. I will be dropping the merch store link. You guys just give it a look.
Yeah.
See what you guys like. You don't need to buy anything. We just like to get the feedback from the viewers.
Yeah, like how does it look? Would you like to see any other designs? For example, some of them are Dirty Talks merch. Some of them are my artwork. So like whichever. If you want to see something else on there, how's the pricing, everything, just let us know.
For sure, just give it a look, and we just because we like to get the feedback from the community. So again, Emin, thank you very much, and you guys can follow Emin at the Murder Base on most of the platforms as he mentioned, but the IG handle is over there, and you guys can follow Tough Sounds on IG as well at Tough Sounds, and you can follow Combos and Chill at Combos and Chill on IG and Facebook, and you guys can get the direct links to our platform, which is from linktree.com/combos and chill. You guys can get all the links to YouTube and everything. You guys can find it on the homepage in the About section of Twitch channel as well. Combos is the Combos and Chill channel, and follow Phoenix on IG at She's a Phoenix if you want any tattoo designs and everything, or
any artwork, any gift items, or artwork for the house or something like that. So I've lately designed something for a band, and I'm waiting for them to release it so I can put it out there. It's very menacing. Can't wait.
And again, our schedules is Sunday and Tuesdays we have guest interviews, which is on 9 p.m. Dubai time and 5 p.m. GMT and 10 a.m. PST, and Thursdays are usually absolute shenanigans sessions that we dedicate to the community of that we have over here, the Twitch community, that are good friends.
We just talk about random stuff that day.
Oh, Luscious, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you very much.
Still Luscious.
Luscious. What is it? Lucius.
Lucius. Oh, man. Sing it for him.
Yeah. But again, stay up to date with us at Combos and Chill on IG so you guys can be, updated with the news. And I mean, again, thank you very much. But stay with us because we usually at the end of the session we raid our, fellow streamers. Let's see who is doing what. Damn, DJ is DJ is playing.
It's been a while.
By the way, guys, if you guys like playing games online live with the content creator, he's playing marbles on stream, so it's amazing. You guys can just type down a comment and you guys can join in the game, and I'm gonna be rating his channel. And again, Emin, thank you very much, but stay with us. Don't leave.
Okay, sure.
Oh, someone. Tamashisaka, thank you very much for the.
Thank you for gifting this up. Thank you
very much for gifting
that
this up.
That is really generous of you. I mean, he's been really generous on the stream as well.
Man. Yeah, Tamashisaka, hopefully we can meet soon, man.
Yeah, I would love to. Maybe we can go out for some chicken nuggets.
Yeah, we will go out for some chicken nuggets. But Tamashisaka, thank you very much for that. And thank you very much again, guys. And we're going to be rating DJs in a bit, but again, we'll see you guys on the flip side, and we'll see you soon as well, and stay together.
Be safe, everybody.
Yeah.
Take care of yourselves.
Take care.
Good night.
Take care. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.